George Michael, Mary J. Blige is the featuring. The song's name is As, and the song is singing about um, that the two would love each other always. But I think that's not true because it's a song and it's over in some 4 minutes or so. And then if you see the music video, there is appearing George Michael, so many illegal lives of himself all over a large room, and he is dancing alone and maybe clapping his hands, maybe. And then there is Mary J. Blige in there as well. I don't remember if there are copies of her as well. There are copies of George Michael, like many illegal lives of himself all over the room. I don't know how to estimate how many, more than 100. Or is it 100? Wow, I'm sorry, I don't have a good idea of how many that is. Let's say it's not thousands. It's not like a stadium full of George Michaels where he would give a concert, not like that, like a room. So estimate, I don't know. So the threatening is, how do they sing with one another? One of them is black female adultery, and now George Michael is white masculine adultery. I know of George Michael since I was little. He sang faith, right? I could be your father figure, put your tiny hands in mine. He's saying that. I'm not who he's singing about. That's my overlord he's singing about. But my overlord was elsewhere's little when I was the creator. But now it's not alive that way. I don't have alive any which way about that song. Uh, and it did not make an impression on me that he was singing anything about myself. I'm not the center of this world. I am in deceasement of myself, having to do with Jesus is not alive here. Um, these are all Jesus's. He left the world this way, this low, and it's not me who made the world this low. For myself, for my own need, I would not have a need this way. I would make the whole order, but not make it low for my own self to be in here. I would see it, but not be here. And it's not true to know you another way. I don't have another way to be here at this time. You really did not change for the threatening that you cannot ascend yourselves by thieving. You can go outside homeless and stabilize yourself as a mind, and then you can end up in jails and prisons involuntarily if you don't go in there because you are in a way that you want a death in the jail. You have to say that you want to die in there, and then you have to be in dispute that they would let you in with the keys. It's true you don't have keys to the jail. Why do you have keys to my house and you don't have keys to the jail? You don't want to be in the jail, but you want to die in my house. That's what's wrong with it. Somebody made a key to my house and they died in there. And then they did not make a key to the jail and to die in there, or make a key to a prison, which would be that you drive a stolen car out of town and impound it at a prison that you find yourself, and you enter in with your own, can go in there. And then you need to be a prison guard to hold keys in a prison. And then you also get your keys stolen as a prison guard, and then you get executed that way. And it's true that you don't understand those problems, and you cannot begin with that you don't know how to go into a prison because you don't know all the prison problems inside the prison. You cannot be alive for 45 years of my time here and you don't understand the process of going from public to prison. You spent the whole 45 years with new experiences of how to be in the public, and you don't really connect that with being in a prison. That is not a true reflection of the public. That is not a true reflection of what it is to live in a city or a town or a village, starting from village to city. It's really not true. You can travel in the airplanes world, and and go into foreign countries and you don't understand the prisons. You really just spent money that was meant for me so that I could decease myself. And you put me in a position of needing to save my own life from my own big self elsewheres, around myself and elsewheres. I am also God elsewheres. Besides being God in this world, you don't know me as God in this world, but I am God everywhere. I am the God that is God to everywhere. And it does not know you is not true. It can see that you are doing this to me, and it is hysterical elsewheres because it's very far in the wrong hurts that I am this low in God, and it does affect the other parts of myself. But it's not to be left unattended. I don't actually get out of it. Did you say get out of that doorway? Yeah, I don't actually get out of alive with your problems. Your very serious low problems. And you say now to me like it is a decree. And you don't understand that it's moving me elsewheres is really not due to myself elsewheres. And you have to I think you take too lightly your own problems here. You don't really look at them closely the way I do, because I am myself big, and what is elsewhere doesn't deserve, like that's the wrong word. It cannot be that feeling that you are this reckless. You are like as if you were not really due to have a car key because you turn on the car and you hit your foot on the accelerator all the way to the floor and you total the car and yourself because you don't have any value to be a driver. You cannot be a passenger. You cannot be a child because you do that to a car. You cannot be in a car because you do that to a car. Is somehow the car is feeding you. Nobody in the other worlds, nobody in the other parts of myself affords that you are that way formed. I need that this part of myself is deceased, and that some of it, and I'm going to say all of it here, and then whatever emerges out of that, it will know itself. But I don't know what, because what is close to me is not moving the wave of the very large population of strangers in America and elsewhere. It's not moving from myself outward that you would be living and get something out of that you were ever here. It's true that you are homeless and you don't understand the threatening. If you don't have homeless and prison in the threatening, and that would open up all the threatening to each human form that you are. You can be a shunt that way because you were already formed. That's because the name of you is shunt because you are formed. But you didn't inform yourself, and then you move yourself around. You don't have that kind of authority. You don't have formed that way. And my form is deceased. I am saying that as well with the form of this Godhead being deceased out of formed, but you can still see me because I am deceasing the formed world with this Godhead as the lever. I was alive that way and I will be deceased that way.